If you are over 60 and you believe that walking is the single best thing you can do for your body, I want you to stop whatever you're doing right now and give me just a few minutes of your full attention. Because what I'm about to share with you could completely transform the way you think about your strength, your energy, your independence, and even how many healthy years you have ahead of you. For decades, all of us were told the same thing. Walking is the safest, gentlest, and smartest way to stay active as we grow older. And yes, walking is good. But here's the truth that almost nobody talks about. New research and real-world evidence now reveal that there is one simple exercise that is actually far more powerful than walking for people over 60. And the heartbreaking part is that most seniors are not doing it at all. The truth might surprise you. This one single movement can rebuild your fading muscles, protect your aging joints, sharpen your balance, strengthen your heart, support your brain, and dramatically lower your risk of falls, disability, and even early death. And the most beautiful part of all is this. You don't need a gym. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need to already be fit or flexible. You simply need a few minutes each day and the right guidance. And today, my friend, that is exactly what I am going to give you. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here, this is your home for real, simple, science-backed health and fitness guidance designed for strong, energetic, and independent living after 50 and beyond. And if you are returning, I am truly grateful and honored to have you back with me again today. The topic we are exploring right now is one of the most important subjects for aging well, and I strongly encourage you to stay with me all the way to the end. Because not only will I reveal the one exercise that beats walking for people over 60, but I will also show you exactly how to do it safely, how often to do it, and how to fit it naturally into your everyday life, even if you struggle with knee pain, back problems, or low energy. Now let me ask you something honestly. Do you ever feel like no matter how much you walk, your legs still feel weak, your balance still feels a little shaky, and your stamina just isn't what it used to be? If so, please know that you are not alone. Millions of seniors walk faithfully every single day and still battle muscle loss, poor posture, joint discomfort, and constant fatigue. And the reason is actually very simple. Walking is a forward motion activity that mainly uses the same limited group of muscles over and over again. It does very little to slow down age-related muscle loss, a condition known as sarcopenia. After the age of 60, we begin losing muscle faster than we can naturally rebuild it, unless we actively challenge our bodies. And muscle is not just about looking strong. Muscle is life itself. Muscle protects your joints, keeps your blood sugar stable, supports your bones, and gives you the freedom to move, react, and live independently. Here is something that very few people ever realize. The greatest predictor of whether you will live independently in your 70s, 80s, and beyond is not how much you weigh, it is not your cholesterol number, and it is not even how many steps you take in a day. The true predictor is how strong your legs are, how stable your balance is, and how quickly and smoothly you can move from sitting to standing. And that brings us to the one exercise that is genuinely better than walking for people over 60. That exercise is the simple, powerful, and life-changing movement known as the chair squat. Yes, you heard me correctly. Standing up and sitting down from a chair, when done the right way, is one of the most powerful exercises any senior can perform on this planet. It may look almost too simple to matter, but it activates the largest muscle groups in your entire body, including your thighs, your hips, your glutes, your core, and your lower back. These are the very same muscles you depend on for walking, climbing stairs, getting out of bed, carrying groceries, and most importantly, preventing falls. Unlike walking, which becomes easier and less challenging over time, chair squats continue to challenge your body in a safe and controlled way that actually builds real strength rather than simply maintaining basic movement. Let me paint a picture for you. Every single time you stand up from a chair, you are lifting nearly your entire body weight against the pull of gravity. That, my friend, is genuine strength training. Walking, by contrast, only supports a fraction of your body weight because one foot is always touching the ground. This is exactly why a person can walk every day and yet still struggle to rise from a low chair. It is not because they are lazy or weak in spirit. It is because walking alone simply does not train the muscles in the way that everyday life truly demands. Now, before you start to worry and think to yourself, I am too old for this, or my knees could never handle that, let me gently reassure you. The chair squat is one of the safest exercises you can possibly do when it is performed correctly. In fact, physical therapists all around the world use this very movement as a foundational exercise for rehabilitation, fall prevention, and long-term mobility. You control the depth, you control the speed, and you always have the chair right there behind you for support and safety. It meets you exactly where your body is today, no matter your starting point. Here is how you do it safely. Sit on the edge of a sturdy, stable chair with your feet flat on the floor, roughly shoulder width apart. Keep your chest tall, your shoulders relaxed, and your eyes looking forward. Gently lean forward just slightly from your hips. Then press firmly through your heels and slowly rise to standing. Do not rush this motion. At the top, stand tall without locking your knees. Then slowly bend at your hips and knees, lowering yourself back down under full control until you gently touch the chair. That is one complete repetition. In the beginning, if you need to, you can rest your hands lightly on the armrest for extra support. And as you grow stronger over time, you can cross your arms over your chest to make it more challenging. Now let me tell you something truly powerful. Studies show that seniors who can perform more sit-to-stand repetitions in 30 seconds tend to live longer, fall less often, and maintain far more independence than those who cannot. This single, humble movement reflects your true biological age more accurately than many expensive medical tests ever could. That is just how important this exercise really is. But the benefits do not stop at your legs. When you perform this movement regularly, your heart begins to work harder, your circulation improves, your oxygen delivery increases, and your metabolism becomes more efficient. This means better endurance, better energy, and better overall cardiovascular health than walking alone could ever provide. You are not merely strengthening your muscles, you are strengthening your entire body system from the inside out. And here is something even more exciting. When you challenge your muscles, your body releases powerful natural chemicals called myokines. Think of these as tiny messengers that travel through your bloodstream, helping to reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, support brain health, and even protect against certain chronic diseases. Walking produces a few of these benefits, but resistance-based movements like the chair squat trigger a far stronger and more meaningful response throughout your entire body. Now let's talk about balance for a moment. Falls are one of the very greatest threats to independence after the age of 60. A single fall can change your entire life in an instant. Chair squats train your balance, your coordination, and your ability to stabilize your body under real-world conditions. Every time you stand up and sit back down slowly and with control, your nervous system is quietly learning how to keep you steady and secure. And that is precisely what you need to avoid those dangerous and life-altering falls. Now, you may be wondering, how often should I do this exercise and how many repetitions should I start with? The answer is wonderfully simple and flexible. Begin with whatever you can safely and comfortably handle. For some people, that might mean 5 repetitions. For others, it could be 10 or even 15. The goal is to feel your muscles gently working without any pain in your joints. Aim to do this once a day, or at the very least 3 to 4 times per week. Over time, as your strength steadily improves, you can increase your repetitions or slow the movement down to make it even more challenging. And let me share something deeply encouraging with you. I have personally seen people in their 70s and even their 80s who could barely stand up from a chair without using both hands to push themselves up. And within just a few short weeks of practicing this one movement consistently, they were rising smoothly, walking with renewed confidence, and feeling years younger in their own bodies. This is not about transforming into an athlete. This is about protecting and preserving your precious freedom. Of course, walking still absolutely has its rightful place. It is wonderful for mental health, for circulation, and for gentle cardiovascular conditioning. But if walking is the only exercise you are doing, then you are missing the single most critical piece of the entire aging puzzle, and that piece is strength. Without strength, movement grows harder. Without strength, balance steadily weakens. Without strength, independence quietly fades away. And that is exactly why this one simple exercise is better than walking alone for people over 60. Now, let's be very clear and responsible here. If you have severe joint pain, a recent surgery, or any serious medical condition, please always speak with your doctor or physical therapist before beginning any new exercise routine. As Dr. Henry Morgan would always remind his patients, your safety must always come first. Never push through sharp or stabbing pain. Mild muscle fatigue is completely normal and expected, but actual pain is not, and it is your body's signal to stop. As we continue together in this video, I am going to show you how to make this exercise even more powerful with small variations you can easily do at home, how to combine it with walking for maximum results, and how just 5 minutes a day can completely change the way your entire body feels within the next 30 days. And trust me, You are absolutely not going to want to miss that. Before we go any further, if this information is already helping you, please take just 1 second right now to gently tap that like button, because it truly helps this channel reach more wonderful people who genuinely need this message. And if you want more simple, life-changing health and fitness guidance for strong aging, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a brand new video. Now take a deep breath with me, relax your shoulders, and remember this: your age does not define your strength. Your past does not limit your future, and your body is still fully capable of incredible improvement when you give it the right movement, the right consistency, and the right belief in yourself. Now let's gently go a little deeper into this, because I truly want you to fully understand why this simple chair movement is so powerful, and how it can genuinely reshape the way your body feels day after day. You see, after the age of 60, your body changes in very specific ways. Hormone levels slowly begin to decline. Nerve signals become slightly slower, and muscle fibers naturally begin to shrink if they are not actively challenged. This is not a failure of your body, this is simply biology doing what it does. But here is the beautiful and hopeful truth that most people are never told. Your body still responds to strength training just as powerfully at 60, 70, and even 80 as it did when you were much younger. It may respond a little more slowly, but it absolutely still responds. And the chair squat speaks directly to this natural rebuilding system within you. Every single time you slowly lower yourself down and then press your body back up, you are sending a powerful and unmistakable signal through your muscles and your brain that says, we still need strength, we still need power, we still need coordination. And your remarkable body answers that signal by rebuilding muscle fibers, strengthening the vital connection between your nerves and your muscles, and improving the way your joints move together in harmony. Walking simply does not send that same strength-building message with enough intensity to spark this response. I want you to imagine something for just a moment. Imagine waking up in the morning and rising from your bed without feeling stiff or unsteady. Imagine standing up from a chair without ever needing to push off with your hands. Imagine climbing a flight of stairs without holding your breath in worry. These are not impossible fantasies. These are the direct and very real effects of building just a little more strength in your legs, your hips, and your core. And this one single movement trains all of that at once in the most practical way imaginable. Now let's talk about something very important that almost nobody discusses openly, and that is the fear of falling. So many people over 60 quietly begin to limit their own movement because they are afraid. Afraid of slipping, afraid of losing their balance, afraid of not being able to get back up again. And when fear enters the body, movement naturally decreases. When movement decreases, weakness increases. And when weakness increases, the actual risk of falling becomes even higher. It becomes a dangerous and self-feeding cycle. Chair squats break that cycle in the safest possible environment. You are practicing the exact skill your body needs to recover from a low position, all in a controlled and protected way. And with every single repetition, your confidence grows right alongside your strength. Let me also explain why this exercise is so gentle on your joints when it is done correctly. When you lower yourself slowly and under control, your muscles absorb most of the load, rather than your knees or hips taking the full and jarring impact. This is completely different from activities that involve jumping, sudden twisting, or hard impact against the ground. You are training strength without shock. And that is exactly what aging joints need most. Now, I know that some of you listening right now may be thinking, that sounds wonderful, but my knees hurt, or my lower back bothers me, or I have been inactive for so many years. And I want you to know that these concerns are completely valid. Your body has a history, but that history does not have to define your future. If your knees are sensitive, you simply do not lower yourself as deeply. You only move through the range that feels comfortable. If your back is stiff, you keep your chest tall and your movement slow and gentle. If you have been inactive, you begin with just 3 or 4 repetitions. The real power is not in doing a great deal. The real power is in doing it consistently. Consistency is what truly transforms a body. Not intensity, not perfection, but consistency. 5 minutes a day, done almost every day, will always outperform one intense workout done once in a great while. Your muscles respond best to frequent, gentle reminders that they are still needed and valued. Let's also talk briefly about breathing, because this is another hidden secret to making this exercise even more powerful. As you stand up from the chair, gently breathe out through your mouth. As you lower yourself back down, breathe in slowly through your nose. This simple breathing pattern helps stabilize your core, supports your spine, and keeps your blood pressure more balanced throughout the movement. Now imagine stacking this healthy habit onto something you already do every single day. For example, you could do your chair squats right before breakfast, or while waiting for the water to boil, or during a commercial break on television. When exercise becomes a natural part of your normal routine instead of something separate that you must remember, it becomes almost effortless. And when something becomes effortless, it becomes truly permanent. There is also a deep emotional benefit to this movement that I want to honestly speak about. As we age, many people slowly begin to feel like their world is quietly shrinking. Certain activities become too difficult, certain places begin to feel too far away, and slowly, without ever fully realizing it, life itself becomes smaller and smaller. But strength reverses this emotional shrinking. When your body feels capable once again, your mind begins to open up once again. You feel more willing to go out, to meet people, to travel, and to try new things. Physical strength feeds emotional strength. This connection is profoundly real and powerful. Now let me share a simple way to progress this exercise after a few weeks, once your body begins to feel more comfortable. You do not need weights. You do not need machines. You simply slow down the lowering phase. Instead of sitting down at your normal speed, you lower yourself over 3 slow, controlled seconds. 1, 2, 3. Then you stand back up. This slow lowering creates a powerful stimulus for muscle growth and joint control, while still remaining very safe. Another gentle progression is to pause for just 1 second right above the chair before sitting all the way down. That tiny pause forces your muscles to work even harder to control your body weight. Small changes like these lead to truly remarkable improvements over time. Now let's bring walking back into the picture, but in exactly the right way. Walking is still wonderful for your heart, your circulation, your mood, and your mental clarity. But walking should support your strength training, not replace it entirely. Think of walking as nourishment for your heart, and chair squats as nourishment for your muscles and your bones. Together, they form a complete and beautifully balanced approach to healthy aging. You may already be walking every day, and that is absolutely fantastic. Simply add this one movement either before or after your walk, and you will begin to feel the difference in just a matter of weeks. More stability, more power in your steps, less fatigue when standing, and far more confidence in your own body. Now I want to take a quiet moment to gently remind you of something extremely important. You are not broken, you are not fragile, and you are most certainly not too old. Your body is adaptive, it is intelligent, it genuinely wants to heal, it wants to grow stronger, but it can only respond to the signals that you choose to give it. And this simple daily movement tells your body very clearly that strength is still required. Let me speak directly to anyone listening who feels discouraged about their health. Maybe you have tried exercise before and felt that you failed. Maybe pain stopped you in your tracks. Maybe life simply got in the way. Maybe you just lost your motivation along the road. None of that matters anymore. What truly matters is what you choose to do next. And your next step does not have to be big or dramatic. Your next step can be as simple as standing up from a chair 5 times today, with care and with intention. Progress does not come from dramatic actions. Progress comes from quiet decisions repeated faithfully every single day. As you continue to practice this movement, you may begin to notice subtle changes long before you notice the big ones. You may feel a little steadier when you walk. You may notice that you do not grab onto the furniture as often. You may feel just slightly less tired at the end of the day. These are all clear signs that your body is responding beautifully. Celebrate these small wins because they are the very foundation of long-term transformation. Now, in the next part of this video, I am going to show you how to turn this one simple exercise into a complete 5-minute daily routine that targets your legs, hips, and balance, without ever once getting down onto the floor. I will also share how many people unknowingly sabotage their own progress with one very common mistake, and exactly how you can avoid it so you never waste weeks of precious effort. But before we go there, I genuinely want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me your age and whether you already include any strength exercises in your routine, or if walking has been your main form of activity all along. I read every single comment, and your honest responses help guide the future videos for this wonderful community. And if this message is truly resonating with you, if it is giving you hope, if it is helping you see your own body in a brand new light, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the channel and become part of this growing family focused on strong, confident, and healthy aging. And please do not forget to gently tap that like button, because each and every like tells the platform to share this message with even more people who truly need to hear it. Now take a deep breath again with me. Relax your jaw, drop your shoulders. You are doing far better than you think, and it is never, ever too late to become stronger than you were yesterday. We are going to keep building on all of this together in the very next part, and I promise you, what is coming will make this even easier to apply in your everyday life.